Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti and this is episode 32 of the Battleship Brawl Season 2 tournament. This episode we've got the Mirai Shiki by the Light LOD going up against the Odinn by Yarn 4000. Okay, this is a secondary round match, so whoever loses here is going home. They will be eliminated from the tournament. So let's get right on that as soon as I get the clock set up. Okay, here we go. Round 1, start. Both of these vessels very large, so they have completely different philosophies when it comes to weaponry. The Odinn has very on the smaller side weaponry that fires a bit faster, whereas the Mirai has much bigger guns, more conventional primary, secondary armament. Ooh, and that forward gun on the Mirai there took some hits already. This battle's going to come down to whether or not the Odinn can manage to strip away the Mirai's weapons, I think. And whether the Mirai gets some fire in back. So far, it's lost some barrels and taken some gun damage, but the Mirai has not actually lost any guns yet, it looks like. Both sides just slugging away at each other here. Most of the damage the Mirai took was in that initial exchange, but its the Odinn's weapons are holding up just fine right now as well, so this is definitely an interesting battle already. Over here and see how the Mirai's doing. It's definitely getting its superstructure stripped away by the bombardment of shells there, and it looks like it has actually taken significant damage to its weaponry at this point. Yeah, the Mirai needs to land some good shots on the cannons on the Odinn if it wants to bring this back. Let's get a damage report here. Yeah, the Mirai's down to 73%, Odinn 90%. That's OP splashes again. Mirai really needs a knockout blow to win this one, I think. It needs to take out the AI on the Odinn if it wants to come back and win this. It's a little bit behind in the HP department, even though its weapons are actually still fairly functional. Like it's firing a lot of shells still. Well, not a lot, not as many as it used to, but there goes a volley of 7 shells there. So it hasn't lost all of its weaponry. It's still got a significant amount of weaponry left. It's just losing health faster than the Yarn is. Oh, that gun on the Yarn the Odinn. It's losing health faster than the Odinn is. But now the Odinn has taken a bunch of damage to its weaponry. So both ships in a very damaged state right now. But the Odinn is definitely in the lead as far as hit points go. And if the Mirai has good repair capabilities, it may be able to fix itself now that the barrage has lessened. Yeah, but those shells have some really low shell velocity now. They're going super high angle. Heavy plunging fire. Oh, that shell might hit that. Oh, right in the turret. Excellent shot there. Blew that turret clean off. Man, that was such a perfect shot. It looked like it was intentional rather than the AI just getting lucky. Who knows? Maybe the AI actually was aiming for that block. And it looks like these 3 guns on the forward side of the Odinn here are the only ones still firing, and one of them is pretty heavily damaged. Another one's had some barrel damage. It looks like maybe it has some component damage too. Okay, so it's not actually firing, I don't think. Oh no, it is. It is. I'm still taking big old chunks of damage though. Uh-oh. There's not much left of this thing. Looks like this forward gun on it is the only one left. And oh, that one turret just took a direct hit. It is gone. The Odinn has lost a ton of weaponry at this point. Wow. Wow, yeah, I mean, HP-wise, it still has quite the lead, but the Mirai has evened up the weaponry field. Is this aiming, or it's hard to tell where the turrets are actually pointing at this point, because there's just not much left of them. Okay, there it goes. It was turned the wrong way because the Mirai turns so fast. But that'll give it time to cram extra damage into it. Oh, is this is still in range? Yeah. Oh, not a misfire! That's the last thing that the Mirai wanted. Oh man, it just blew a bunch of blocks off of itself. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Mirai certainly not giving up, but I'm not sure if it has the firepower left to make up the HP difference in the last 3 minutes of this battle. It doesn't seem to. How is it repairing at all? Doesn't seem to be repairing at all. Oh no, it just had a block go up, so it does have some repair capability. It doesn't seem particularly strong though. So this battle's coming down to durability, really. Both sides have had their firepower heavily damaged. But the Odinn seems to have come out better from the exchange. Yeah, the Mirai really needs a knockout blow at this point, like I was saying earlier. It came back a bit stronger than I was expecting, when it started knocking out weaponry. If it had done that sooner, I think it could have won this, but there's only 1 minute and 25 seconds left, and there's, you know, 14% difference in hit points. I don't think it can make up that difference in the amount of time that's left. Oh, and that is it. The battle is over. With the Mirai at 59%, the Odinn at 72%, that is a 13% difference. Round 1 goes to the Odinn. We will get these contestants spawned back in here. Get round 2 underway and see if it goes the same way, and the Mirai, and we'll say goodbye to the Mirai, or if it can step up its game and take this to a round 3. Okay, here we go. Round 2, start. I'm hoping this goes to a round 3 because that would just be epic, because this battle has been pretty awesome so far. If the Mirai would just turn on its initial approach here. Oh, it actually hit the distraction recon plane thing here. But yeah, but this initial sailing straight forward approach, it gets so many weapons damaged on the Mirai. Those front guns are just pretty badly damaged, and not only does it get them damaged, it doesn't allow these rear guns to fire until much later in the battle. Mirai once again just getting bombarded by the very rapid fire shells of the Odinn. I wonder what gauge those are. I'm going to check that real quick. I'm curious. Oh, I can't because, duh, that's an enemy ship. I can't see that. The sheer volume of fire from the Odinn is pretty difficult to deal with if you don't have strong armor. Like I think the Odinn would have had a significant amount of trouble with my Handaki, because it wouldn't be able to so easily strip away the weapons, and the armor was very good at mitigating high explosive damage. But for these more lightly armored vessels that the Odinn has been coming up against, like the Zero Effort Metabreaker, and the Mirai isn't fragile by any means. It's a very durable ship, but it's not very heavily armored. There's only wood and metal and the occasional piece of heavy armor, like over critical components. Jesus, Splashes, calm down! Yeah, this battle looks like it's going even worse for the Mirai. Except it did just blow off a turret. So that will definitely help, but unless it can do that like consistently for the next few volleys, it's going to be in trouble. I mean, it's already seriously behind by 23%. Yeah, the poor Mirai is just so crippled. It's been blasted with high explosives until it just can't operate properly anymore. At least weapon-wise. It's still sailing. It's a very stable ship, that's for sure. It does not care that it has lost 33% of its blocks. It has lost a third of its blocks and is sailing as if nothing has happened, for the most part. The tail's dipping under the water, but it is certainly not in the it certainly isn't threatening to roll over and capsize or sink, despite it having many, many blocks missing. Hey, we're down to the last 4 minutes of this battle, and it's looking like this is an unofficial victory for the Mirai, though these front guns have all stopped firing. They're not even aiming. Did the Odinn lose an AI, maybe? It must have, because one of those guns, this middle gun here, doesn't even look damaged. So it must have lost an AI. But I just now noticed that the Odinn has multiple AIs. Whoop. How did the camera do that? Anyway. It has multiple AIs, so the Mirai can't even really hope for a knockout punch. At least not an easy one. I really like this little spotter plane distraction thing up here, though. It's cool. It got blown up earlier, but it's the repair bots have decided that should be something that needs to be fixed right now. Instead of, like, you know, the guns. And oh, it just got shot off again. So, good job there, repair bots. Good job. That or it just fell off because there were no blocks attaching it. Repair bots can be a little derpy like that sometimes. Oh, that looked like a misfire on the rear gun there on the Mirai. Unfortunate. Oh, and it just took some shots straight to the face. Down to the last 2 minutes here, folks. And I hate to say it, but oh, the Mirai's down to 56%. It may actually end up getting despawned here. It's down to 55. It loses a couple more blocks. That'll be actually it's considered 2 damaged as is. That is it. The Mirai has been defeated. My condolences, Lato LOD. Your ship has been eliminated from the Battleship Brawl. I'm sorry to see it go. It was aesthetically one of my favorite ships. I really liked the look of it, but unfortunately, it has been soundly defeated by the Odinn. Congratulations, Yarn 4000. You're moving on to the next round of the secondary bracket. Keeping on, keeping on. Get another chance at winning this whole thing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.